Sensors out and there's absolutely no blood, and that was pain-free. Pain-free! Oh my god, I'm so happy. It's time to take off my Stelo by Dexcom through Nutrisense glucose biosensor. I've been using it for 6 weeks, and in today's video, as I take it off, I'm going to share my 3 biggest takeaways as well as who I recommend using this glucose biosensor. So I have done this a few times now, so hopefully it's not as bad as my previous videos. So takeaway number 1 is that I can enjoy all the Indian food that I want, and I don't have to restrict myself. That's what the glucose biosensor taught me, with one caveat is that every time before I eat, oh my god, wow, okay, that was like the easiest that it's ever come off, and even the sensor came off. Okay, well, sensor's out and there's absolutely no blood, and that was pain-free. Pain-free! Oh my god, I'm so happy. Okay, well, woohoo! No bruises, nothing. Okay, so that took literally a few seconds, and I didn't even get to finish telling you my tip number 1, or takeaway number 1. The site is looking fantastic. So takeaway number 1 is that I can enjoy all the Indian food that I want to eat, as long as before I do that, I have a salad with some protein, as well as at least half an avocado. And after that, I realized that I'm okay to eat my Indian food. And because I do eat the salad beforehand, it helps me reduce the portions of the Indian food that I do eat, but I feel satisfied after, and I don't feel like I have to cut out my favorite or my cultural foods to manage my PCOS. My second takeaway is that I was overdoing it on the supplements I was taking. I didn't realize I didn't need to take as many supplements. I was taking 2,000 milligrams of berberine per day, which is the maximum. However, I realized I don't even need to do that. And if you look at part 2 of this series, you'll see where I talk about my low blood glucose levels, and the glucose biosensor helped me discover that. So then for 2 weeks, I went without taking any of my supplements so that I could know what my baseline is. And then I restarted my inositols, and I only take 1,000 milligrams of berberine per day, just 1 before lunch and 1 before dinner. Takeaway number 3 is that my body does not like processed carbs and flours at all. So a couple of examples: the glucose pasta, which is made of chickpea protein, wheat flour is still processed to make that base. And every time I ate it, I tried it multiple different times with multiple different foods beforehand, and every time it still spiked my blood glucose. I tried it with the salad combination that I used with the Indian food, but that still didn't work. Another example is flour tortilla. So the white flour tortilla, even the small one for taco size, did not work well for me, and I experimented by eating, well, I realized, I thought like, oh, it's just one, it'll be okay, but it still spiked my blood glucose. And then the next day I had 2 crunchy tacos instead of having like a soft taco and a crunchy taco, and that did better. And looking at the ingredients, the tortilla is processed because it's enriched flour, whereas the corn tortilla is not as processed. It's just a couple ingredients with the corn. And so for my body, that did well. And so the conclusion is that the more processed the food is, my body does not like it. Do I recommend a glucose biosensor for everyone? Well, no, it depends. It depends where you are on your PCOS and fertility journey. If you're just starting out and you still have changes to make, and set up a foundation, such as eating 3 meals a day, not skipping meals, getting movement in, getting sufficient sleep, managing your stress, then I'd say first focus on that, because getting the glucose biosensor would just be more confusing and stressful. But if you've hit a plateau and you just want to know a little bit more information about how those aspects of your life impact your blood glucose, then I do recommend trying it out. If you do decide to try it, make sure you use the code DrPatel30 to save 30% off of your purchase through Nutrisense. You can also get the link in the bio.